I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media. But what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequences.
The courtroom turned into a battlefield as Iman Shumpert and Aaron went head-to-head in a shocking and deeply emotional custody hearing that no one saw coming. Tensions were already high as the two men entered the courtroom, but things quickly escalated far beyond what anyone expected. What was supposed to be a calm and structured hearing about the future of Teyana Taylor's daughter exploded into a war of words, personal attacks, and accusations. Sources inside the courtroom said the atmosphere shifted almost instantly the moment both men took their seats. It became crystal clear. This wasn't going to be a quiet day in court. This was about pride, pain, and power. It was raw, it was loud, and it was personal. Both Iman and Aaron came prepared to fight, not just with legal arguments, but with deep emotions and wounded egos on full display. Witnesses say the judge looked stunned, and court staff had to step in multiple times to regain control. The legal process was nearly derailed by the aggressive energy coming from both sides. And right in the middle of all the chaos stood Teyana Taylor, overwhelmed, tearful, and watching the men in her life go to war over her child. Iman Shumpert, a man often known for his calm and cool demeanor, reportedly lost all control during the hearing. Eyewitnesses say he raised his voice in a way no one had ever seen before, surprising even his own legal team. He was visibly shaking with frustration and slammed his hand on the table as he yelled, "You're not her father, you never will." Toward Aaron. That one sentence sent shockwaves through the courtroom. Security was almost called in, and the judge was forced to pause the hearing, not once, but twice, to cool things down. For fans of Iman, this side of him was jarring. The composed NBA player and media personality had reached his breaking point, and it was clear he felt backed into a corner. He accused Aaron of crossing boundaries and trying to claim a role that didn't belong to him. According to insiders, Iman believes Aaron is using Teyana's daughter for clout, trying to stay in the public eye by clinging to someone else's family. But this wasn't just about jealousy or fame. It was about Iman feeling like he was losing control of something sacred, his connection to his daughter. The judge eventually had to warn Iman that any further outbursts could have legal consequences. Yet even with that warning, the fire in the room wouldn't die down. Aaron wasn't just a background figure either. He came into the courtroom ready to speak up and defend his relationship with Teyana's daughter. Reports say he boldly told the judge that he's been a constant presence in the child's life and that he provides emotional and parenting support when Teyana needs it. He didn't shy away from controversial statements either. In front of everyone, he claimed that Iman had been inconsistent, distant, and emotionally unavailable. That set off Iman immediately, but Aaron wasn't finished. He asked, "If she trusts me, why can't the court?" That question, delivered with full confidence, caused gasps across the room. People couldn't believe the nerve he had, especially given the fact that he has no legal standing in this case. Even Teyana's legal team seemed visibly shocked, but Aaron stood tall, refusing to back down. While some in the courtroom saw his actions as bold and brave, others felt they were reckless and disrespectful. Many are now wondering whether Aaron is planning to push for some type of guardianship or legal access to the child. The judge, clearly trying to prevent the situation from going further off the rails, quickly shut Aaron down and refused to hear any more statements from him. Caught in the middle of this emotional war zone was Teyana Taylor, who was reportedly on the verge of tears as the two men tore each other apart in front of the judge. Sources close to her say she never imagined things would get this out of control. She kept her head down for most of the hearing, visibly overwhelmed and exhausted. According to people close to the situation, Teyana whispered to her attorney, "This isn't what I wanted." All she ever aimed for was stability and peace for her daughter, but instead, her child is now being used as the centerpiece in a dramatic legal showdown. Teyana is said to be blaming herself for how quickly she allowed Aaron into her life and her child's life, never anticipating that it could be used against her in such a painful way. But at the same time, others argue she couldn't have predicted Iman's explosive reaction either. Now she finds herself trapped between two men who are each pulling her in opposite directions. And the person who may suffer most is the child stuck in the middle of this emotional war. With the world watching and rumors flying online, Teyana's personal life has become a public spectacle. Fans have been losing their minds since news of the courtroom chaos leaked to the public. Social media has been flooded with posts, memes, and hot takes, turning the real-life courtroom scene into viral entertainment. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram are on fire with people taking sides, some slamming Iman for being aggressive and out of control, while others accuse Aaron of trying to steal the spotlight. One viral tweet read, "This isn't about ego, it's about a child's future. Grow up, both of you." Thousands of fans expressed sympathy for Teyana, saying she deserves peace, not drama. Some even suggested she cut both men off and fight for sole custody just to protect her child from the emotional trauma. Many called out Aaron for possibly chasing clout, especially given his lack of legal rights. Others defended Iman, arguing that his anger comes from a place of fear and pain. Regardless of which side fans are on, one thing is clear. The internet is watching every detail unfold, and the situation is becoming more toxic by the day. The courtroom may be closed to cameras, but that hasn't stopped the public from turning this into a trending disaster. In response to the growing tension and chaos surrounding the case, the judge reportedly moved quickly to re-establish order in the courtroom and among those involved. A temporary no-contact order was issued between Iman and Aaron, following what insiders describe as increasingly volatile interactions. This legal measure was taken to prevent any further direct confrontations or emotional outbursts that could complicate an already tense situation. It was a clear sign that the court is taking the escalating drama seriously and is committed to maintaining structure moving forward. Sources familiar with the case reveal that the upcoming hearing is expected to be handled under much stricter conditions. Tighter security protocols will be in place, and the judge is said to be insisting on a far more disciplined atmosphere. There is a growing sense that what began as a custody dispute has spiraled into something far more serious, with the emotional behavior of the adults involved raising red flags. During the most recent proceedings, the judge openly criticized both Iman and Aaron, accusing them of emotional immaturity and stressing that their behavior was doing more harm than good. The focus, the judge emphasized, must return to the child, whose needs are being lost in the noise of conflict, resentment, and ego. In a surprising but telling development, the court is now considering appointing an independent guardian to represent the child. This would be someone with no personal ties to either parent or their romantic partners, a neutral figure whose only role would be to advocate for the child's well-being. Such a move underscores just how concerned the court has become about the influence of personal agendas on the custody battle. The goal is to remove the emotional heat from the equation and bring in a professional whose sole responsibility is to center the child's best interests, free from manipulation or bias. Additionally, therapy has been recommended for everyone involved. This includes not only Teyana and Iman, but also possibly Aaron. Mental health professionals have noted that the intense emotions and public pressure surrounding the case are likely exacerbating tensions, making healthy co-parenting nearly impossible without intervention. These sessions would be aimed at helping all parties develop better communication strategies and emotional regulation, which are essential for resolving family disputes in a way that protects the child. Legal experts watching the case from the outside have warned that if the situation continues to deteriorate, the matter could be escalated to a higher-level family court. Such an escalation would involve more complex proceedings and could bring in additional scrutiny from legal and child welfare institutions. What initially appeared to be a custody disagreement is now beginning to look more like a full-blown legal crisis. The consequences could be long-lasting, not just for the parents and partners involved, but most importantly for the child, who is being pulled through a highly public and emotionally charged battle. In one of the more powerful moments during the hearing, the judge reportedly reminded everyone present that this is not a performance. This is not something to be watched like a reality show or dissected like celebrity gossip. This is about a real child, a young life whose future is now being shaped by the decisions and behavior of the adults around her. The courtroom, the judge emphasized, is not a stage. It is a place of responsibility, where the priority must always be the protection and care of those too young to speak for themselves. The case has gone beyond personal grievances and reputational damage. It has entered a space where the stakes are higher than public image. This is now about the safety, emotional stability, and overall well-being of a child caught in the middle of adult conflict. With the next hearing approaching, Teyana's legal team is now regrouping and preparing for what could be the most critical phase yet. Sources say she's seriously considering asking the court to temporarily restrict both Iman and Aaron from influencing parental decisions until things calm down. Her priority is peace, for herself and her daughter. Meanwhile, Iman is expected to file more legal documents to reinforce his case as a fit and committed father. He may also undergo parenting evaluations to counter Aaron's accusations. On the other side, rumors suggest that Aaron may be quietly putting together his own legal team, possibly hinting at a longer-term plan to gain some form of custody or guardianship. Family services may be brought in to conduct home visits and assess the emotional environment of the child. If any troubling findings are revealed, it could shift the entire direction of the case. With each passing day, the drama is growing deeper and the stakes are rising higher. This custody battle is far from over, and the next few moves could determine everything. Do you think Iman has a right to be this protective? Or is he letting his emotions go too far? Is Aaron stepping into a role that doesn't belong to him? Or is he genuinely trying to help? Should Teyana push both men aside and focus entirely on raising her child in peace? Let us know in the comments below. Your voice matters in this conversation. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update as this heated custody war unfolds in real time. What started as a breakup has turned into a legal nightmare, and now, the lives of 3 adults and 1 innocent child are under the world's microscope. The next hearing could bring more fireworks, more fallout, and maybe even a shocking twist that no one expects. Teyana Taylor, Iman Shumpert, Aaron and their daughter, all caught in a storm that doesn't seem to be calming anytime soon. And as always, we'll be here to break it all down. Stay tuned, this drama is only getting started.